Imagine waking up one morning just like any other. The sun is shining, the world hums softly outside your window, and everything feels normal. But as you move through your day, the details start to shift. Little things, barely noticeable at first, like the color of your sheets or the placement of your belongings. But then, bit by bit, the differences grow undeniable, until suddenly you're forced to ask yourself, is this even my life? This isn't the start of a science fiction movie. It's the bizarre and chilling real-life experience of Lerina García, a woman from Spain, who remains convinced that she somehow woke up in a parallel universe. For Lerina, it all started like any other day. Sensation in her chest. Her sheets were green, not yellow, the ones she knew she had gone to bed with the night before. Dismissing it as a lapse in memory, she got up and began her morning routine. But the unsettling feeling in her chest only deepened as the hours ticked by. The first cracks in Lerina's reality appeared when she arrived at work. She walked into her office building, expecting to greet familiar faces and pick up where she'd left off the day before. But something was off. Her department, where she had worked for years, wasn't there. The layout was unfamiliar, almost like it had materialized out of thin air. When she inquired with coworkers, she was met with confusion. According to company records, she had never worked in that department. Instead, they insisted she had been assigned to a completely different role for the past 7 years. Her initial confusion turned to panic when another abnormality surfaced, one far closer to home. Lerina rushed back to her apartment, desperate to find her boyfriend, the man she had been in a committed relationship with for years. But when she arrived, he was gone. Not just physically absent, but erased. His belongings were never there. Photos of them together? Non-existent. When she tried calling him, her heart racing with dread, her worst fears solidified. He didn't recognize her name. In his world, they had never met. It didn't stop there. Her family and friends, the people she turned to for comfort and clarity, didn't seem to notice anything was wrong. Sure, they recognized her and knew who she was, but their memories of shared experiences were subtly different, like someone had swapped out pieces of the puzzle. Events Lerina vividly remembered either hadn't happened or had played out in entirely different ways. The more she searched for answers, the deeper the mystery became. Lerina's life, one she had known intimately, seemed to have been rewritten overnight. But rewritten by who? Or what? She began to ask questions many of us have only pondered in the quiet hours of the night. Was it possible she had slipped into an alternate version of her reality? Had she somehow crossed the boundary between dimensions, falling into the cracks of the multiverse? A scientist stands in a brightly lit lab. Though it may sound far-fetched, Lerina's experience touches on theories explored at the cutting edge of science. The multiverse hypothesis suggests that countless universes exist alongside our own, each with slight or sometimes vast differences. Could it be that Lerina somehow shifted from one reality to another? Some speculate that such a leap might be possible, whether through quantum fluctuations, glitches in consciousness, or even unknown phenomena we have yet to understand. Others argue that her experience may point to psychological factors. Is it possible that Lerina's memories were false, an extreme case of misremembering known as cryptomnesia or the Mandela Effect? Could her mind have constructed an alternate past as a way to cope with trauma or stress? Skeptics remain unconvinced, but Lerina herself is adamant. She knows what she lived, and she stands by her claim. The world she woke up in is not her own. To this day, Lerina García continues her search for answers. She has shared her story on online forums and in interviews, hoping to connect with others who may have experienced similar phenomena. The responses she has received are varied, some comforting, others dismissive, but none of them can bring her the one thing she truly wants: to go back. As we close the chapter on Lerina's account, one question lingers. Could this happen to you? Could one seemingly ordinary morning be the start of an extraordinary unraveling? And if it did, would anyone believe you? The world is full of mysteries, some of which may never be fully explained. Sometimes the biggest question isn't what happened, but how we move forward from it.